So, where I'm at is in my husband's office, and the way he has his screen is like 6 feet away from my eyes. So I'm trying to read your chats. Um, yeah, it's beautiful. Let me just see it again. There it is. Germany, welcome. Paradise, Oakland, Los Angeles, Massachusetts, Sebastopol. Nervous. Kathy from Venice. Hi, Kathy. Oakland, Susan from LA. Wow, what a spread. How beautiful. What a beautiful community. Well, thank you all for coming and for being here in this virtual space. I think we can feel into, yeah, this is our room. This is our spacious room spanning the whole globe. That's really special. So what I'm going to be offering today is a little taste of Qigong, or for those of you that we practice together, the same Qigong. And before we do, I wanted to just maybe folks can chat or put a reaction. How many folks have practiced Qigong recently, like in the last couple years? You can either put it in the chat. Christine, just once. Okay. I know a few of you are with me. Great. Here and there. Wonderful. I'll keep looking. October at a retreat. That's great. Okay. None. Awesome. Okay, good. So we've got some folks who've been on Qigong sabbatical, and I know some folks who are practicing regularly, and some that have tasted it on retreat. Can be such a beautiful support on retreat, and we'll talk about that later. So what we're going to be endeavoring to do today, normally in these lunchtime mindfulness, there's a sit and then a Dharma talk and then some Q&R. But today we're going to be doing our meditation as the movement. And my general invitation before we begin, we have this perceived or actual barrier here, this screen, like for some reason I'm only seeing me. So that's already a big barrier. Let me shift that 1 second. That's not gonna work. Although it might for the thing. Anyway, yes, so now I can see you all. And so in this perceived/actual barrier, what we're going to try to invite is for the cognitive mind to start to imagine the the dissolving of that barrier, that we actually are all sharing a space. And the reason that I'd like us to at least incline the heart and the mind toward that is in these chi fields, and we're going to be creating a chi field. Chi doesn't know time and space. Chi is not of that dimension. So what the ancients have passed down now for 5,000 years is that this practice of Qigong, we're going to start with some warm-ups and then go into some nice things that look like gentle movement, regulating and coordinating breath. But at the end, we're going to be creating a chi field, and that will be our standing meditation. And for some of you, that will be a good opportunity to sit down or even lie down. It's totally fine. But it's a little bit different than just the sitting Vipassana practice. The support of this kind of chi field is that we co-create it. And we tap into, starting with our imagination and hopefully with a felt sense at some point, we tap into the truth of how things actually, how things are. And by that, I mean beyond whatever our perceptive ability, our six senses give us. So as I've said on retreat before, I just love this phenomenon of like, considering how even one other animal on this planet perceives the exact same experience. So if I were a bee right now, looking at the screen of my plants, they would appear very different. They would not have any reds. but they would be iridescent. You can see the ultraviolet rays, and anything with a flower would have like a nectar landing strip that's iridescent, bringing them in. They live in a vibrational reality, the buzzing and things like this. So, what I don't know, some of you might know what that means, how it would be to go through the world buzzing and receiving that vibration at all levels. I was just on retreat, and crickets, you may have seen like on YouTube and things that if you slow it down, it's like this perfect harmony of a choir when crickets are singing together. But I noticed they were it was like this symphony in the middle of the day of crickets, and one human movement that took place like 50 feet away. I had to stand very still, but one movement wasn't even loud. It was just can you hear that? So slight. They all stopped. This is the reason I'm spending some time here, is because, as I've said before, we all have a lot of loyalty to what this world is and feels like, because we see it, taste it, smell it, hear it, and think it. And if I'm a bee or a cricket, I'm seeing the exact same moment in a completely different way. And just because of that, it points to that maybe these ancient practices where we're trying to, that were discovered in meditation, that we're trying to open to this capacity we have beyond our senses or including them to feel into the, where Vipassana points to like more emptiness practices or those boundless states of metta. We are going through a different door to get there. And that door is called Qigong for today. So that's the reason I'm letting us invite in that so-and-so from Germany and so-and-so from Oakland and one person right next door to me, all these beloved humans, but we're all in one shared space, roped together by our breath. And this is our room, these faces that you see and the faces we don't see. So with that, we'll start with a nice warm-up, and I hope you have a beautiful Qigong practice, and we'll just work our way from coarse to subtle. So please join me. Stand if you can. Let's see. I'm now seeing myself. Oh boy. And I can see some of you. It's okay. Now it's a good time. I don't need to see. You can have the privacy of your practice with just one part of your sensory experience to include the group. That would be enough of an invitation. So we're going to start just to shake off the day, whatever you've arrived with. Somebody said nervous. I'm sure that there's a lot of people feeling all kinds of ways today. So let's just shake that off. We'll start with the wrists, whatever way your wrists can shake. And moving up to the elbows, the arms, the shoulders. Oh, I like it. I can see some of you shaking. This is fun. Yeah. And then getting into the legs. And then maybe just let yourself go a little bit. We're in our homes. We can be silly. Let things pop, crackle. So I kind of view this if we need a reason. If we need a reason, like shaking out the rug, shaking out our yoga mat before we even begin, collecting dust. Oh, okay. I hope there is air circulation where you already generated heat. And just closing your eyes and bringing the mind back from all that it's paid attention to this morning. And just bringing it back to occupy this little capsule, this little body. We'll make a soft fist. That means we just tuck the thumb and gently put the fingers over. We're going to go up the outside of the arm, all the way to the shoulder, down the inside of the arm. And you can hear 3 times. You can hear that I hope you can hear. I'm kind of hitting it a little hard. So you can obviously bruise yourself. But the reason I'm putting some weight in it is this helps open the channels. So these energy channels, some of you may be familiar with, the lungs, the heart, just help open the channels of the chest, coming into the chest. See if you can make some noise. It sounds much better when all of us make that sound. But I'm imagining a bunch of people making coming around the chest, the ribs, taking one under the armpit and the armpit ribs. Other side. Down the chest. And as we come here to this area below the navel, just come into a rhythm with me if you can hear it, or your own rhythm, you're slowing it down. And just closing your eyes or lowering the gaze. This invitation is beating the sacred drum. So we can start superficially, where the hand is meeting the lower abdomen. And this perception is based on our senses that I described earlier. It feels good to occupy this area just at this level. But now we're going to incline the mind to open, that this rhythmic beating points the mind to start playfully imagining that in this area, what is known as the lower dantian, lower energy center, we can imagine that deep within the incredible spaciousness of you, there is something luminous, quiet. It's like an energetic trust fund. So some people really resonate with something like shimmering, gentle shimmering, the interplay between darkness and lightness. So for me, it's like a giant pond in the moonlight on a windless night, a full moon. And other times it's felt more like a starry night, this capacity for luminosity and depths of darkness, as in fertile, generative. And for others, it can be resonant to think of like a moon or a sun or some shape of lightness or darkness. So bringing that quality, that kind of attention, that invitation, spaciousness, luminous, quiet, that suddenly this tapping is no longer anatomical, but opening. Beautiful. Continue to the back, coming back into more of the physical felt sense, up and down the spine. So we're opening the back of the lower dantian to the sacrum and the bum. And now we're going to go down the legs, which you can't see, but I'm going to go down the back and the side and up the front and the back 3 times, one leg. Other side. Good. Let's take your finger pad. Let's not leave out our luminous heads. Just like a tropical rain. You see how loose my wrists are, fingers loose, floppity flop flop. Like a nice tropical rain, finger pads on the scalp, forehead, around the face. Little raindrop kisses. Back of the neck, above the collarbone. And then soothing downward, caressing the front midline down. Beautiful. Let's look at the time. So lowering the gaze or closing the eyes if that's available to you. Stand back. We're going to come into our standing posture. So we'll lift the toes slightly and press the balls of the feet down as if rooting into this ground. And bringing the awareness to really occupy the feet like you've poured wet sand into the columns of your legs. Or you can think of beautiful elephant pads magnetized to this earth. Relaxing the ankles. The feet should be about hip width apart. Relaxing the ankles, softening the knees. So that means check. Are they hyperextended and locked? Are they bent and with tension? Just soften the knees. It's kind of like just slightly bent. Relaxing the legs, tailbone points downward. So you can play. Tuck the tailbone, do the duck butt, but then see what it is to put the tailbone down as if it's suspended. There's a string with a weight attached to the tailbone and it's pulling it down. Relaxing the lower belly, bringing the energy up the torso and rolling the shoulders very gently down and back. It can be also as if there are little flags pulling underneath the collarbones outward, relaxing the arms, hands, and fingers. Elongate the neck, tucking in the chin, tongue at upper palate, jaw relaxed, brow relaxed, crown as if gently suspended by a golden thread from heaven. This is our standing form. Body is relaxed. Mind is humble and respectful. Just pausing here, maybe in a slightly awkward shape than you're used to standing. But in this simple form, the channels are opened, the dust has been shaken off, and we have an opportunity in this posture, very simple posture, to feel the nobility of being upright, connected to this earth, upright in mind and body. Mind is humble and quiet. And it's the form in which we feel the chi most easily. Now gently open your eyes and we'll begin with some movement. Very gentle. The arms raise up, breathing in. At about shoulder height, elbows are rotated, palms skyward. Feeling weight in the elbows, whole body sinks down. It's a commencing form. We could bring it to our breath, breathing in. It's a quiet breath, gentle. That gentle pause, and then breathing out, settling and sinking. I can feel it, seeing you all. It's beautiful. Breathing in. And out. And we'll add some energetic. This form is called mist rising. What if there were a cloud that's pushing the hands up? Muscles do less. Snow falling, that weightedness, the quiet of snow falling, accumulating on the ground. So you can find for yourself, what is it for these arms to do the form? The arms are moving, and sometimes the mind is like, okay, I got it. My arms are moving. I'm going to do it like it's in water, very gentle, beautiful. And what if I also invite that the arms are receiving a form? So instead of sinking them down, being sunken. So with that, it might be helpful to imagine a very calm ocean below you, with a wave coming to the shore of you, pausing at its very top and then receding back. And for those that have been practicing a while, including the whole body, is it possible for the feet to press in away from the hands and for the hands to melt down towards the feet? Whole body has this gentle pulling, expanding, and contracting. On this next one, we'll move into its neighboring form, opening the heart to what is, breathing in. Palms spiral outward to both sides, breathing in, breathing out, breathing out. With me, breathing in, spiraling out on a full breath, and out. This capacity to hold the entire world just as it is for one moment. Breathing in, arms floated up, letting the inhale expand into the chest, and then everything recedes, that giant wave, gentle, receding back to its depths. One more time. And close. And then we'll do the inverse of those forms. The breathing in, the arms are gathering towards the front of you as if holding a beautiful shimmering column of chi. Arms float around it. Palms rotate skyward. And to both sides, they settle and float as if soaring through the great universe. Relax. Breathing in and out. And then letting a wave, just raise the arms up, eyes follow the palms, and then like a beautiful geyser, sharing all of that with this entire universe. And again. Coming up and out. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the elbows and wrists. And just pause here, be shaking off anything, tension that comes with learning a form or doing a form. And then receiving the whole body, its temperatures, tingles, aches, and eases. It's a multicolored flower. Let's open the side body a little bit. So we can bring the arms up, breathing in. As if holding a beautiful rainbow above you, palms face the palms, like this. And I'm just going to open the side body, keeping my rainbow above me. So I'm going to bend down a little so you can see the movement. So that looks pretty movement-ish. Now let's add some energetic to that. Feeling your feet. The movement is originating from the lower dantian. So we are all here on a small mountain as beautiful grasses in a gentle breeze. See if you can find or feel or imagine the rootedness that's there, to be in connection with a very strong mountain. And to let the breeze open, receiving the breeze from side to side. And then bringing the hands back down in front of face, palms earthward, relaxing the shoulders, letting them float down. I'm just checking the time. Yeah. Okay. I think we can do one more from this style. We can open the spine. So I'm going to show it to you sideways so you can see. This one we're going to move into become a giant kelp forest. So with that, I don't know if you've seen, but maybe you can imagine if you've not. It's really, really beautiful, the broad leaf of kelp in a low tide. But we might be coming into a higher tide. So now and then there'll be a bigger wave coming that's moving us all. All right, let's begin. This helps open the bladder and the kidney channels, really nourish the spine. So although my movements, I'm going to demonstrate it complete, I will then demonstrate it with a modification. We all have different spines, and I've had a lot of different spines in one lifetime. So I've done this form all kinds of ways. And I will tell you, it really doesn't matter what the external movement looks like. Please just trust me on this. So with your feet hip width apart, we're going to breathe in, and the arms come around to the lower dantian, and then like a little donut, come back and cup the back. We're going to sway backward. And then very gentle, it's a very gentle tide. We're going to sway forward. And then there's that recede, a little bit bigger wave's going to come, maybe a little bit more back. And now a nice flush coming through our kelp forest. Our arms come down to as far as you can go. And then we come back up, integrating the form. Wave has receded. Okay, let's give it a try. Breathing in. Arms around lower dantian, and they scoop chi to push into Mingmen in the back. Breathing out. Breathing in, arching back. Breathing out, coming forward just a little bit. Breathing in, a little bit more. Breathing out, arms release. Come overhead if that's available to you, to be bent over. And then breathing in brings the whole body back upright. Breathing out, settling. Now I'm going to demonstrate it energetically. Breathing in, arms come, hands in front of lower dantian to cup Mingmen. Breathing out. Breathing in, imagining my kelp. That undulation, breathing out, very small movement physically, but big movement in my spine. Breathing in, bigger movement. I'm imagining that undulation. Breathing out, I just hold what's fragile and imagine a more forward movement, and then letting the body come back to center. So you do the best you can. Let's try it together. Breathing in, arms come around the front, circling, breathing out. We're all our kelp forest, gentle tide, breathing in, first gentle wave. Breathing out, receiving that wave, bending forward. Breathing in, slightly more. Breathing out, releasing the arms overhead if you can. Bigger wave, the kelp forest. Let's bend forward and wave. Breathing in, back to the gentle tide. One more time. Breathing in. Cupping Mingmen, breathing out. Breathing in, arching back. A calm wave, breathing out. Slightly bigger wave, breathing in. And out, releasing the arms, bending forward. Just feeling the support of the ocean. Breathing in, arms float up. Relax the shoulders, arms sink down. Beautiful. Just closing the eyes for a minute. Receiving the effects in the spine, however it is. These simple movements help circulate chi through all of our histories and conditionings. And there can be some just receivership of that. We'll be moving into something more subtle now. We've opened the body, we've opened the channels. And this now will be our standing meditation. So it's a good time if you're feeling at all tired or dizzy, nauseous. Sometimes these forms can generate those, what they call chi reactions, very normal. Or if it's just difficult to stand, it's okay to sit down. Now, I'm going to demonstrate it standing. There's a lot of strength that can happen from trying it standing. But follow what your mind and body can do today. So, in this part of the practice, we're going to be opening to the universal chi field known as Hanyuan Chi. So, we can imagine science has given us some words like maybe a quantum field or a stem cell. Stem cell can become any cell. It's the potentiated version of a cell. It has not differentiated itself yet to become a lung cell or a liver cell. It just holds the potentiation. Or in quantum physics, I won't pretend to be a physicist, but maybe just a little lightness, there's this infinite possibility. And then from there, information gets laid on to become a thing. So, what our ancient teachers have taught us is that emptiness is no different than form, and form is no different than emptiness. How can this be? Let's try to experience that through this practice. And that in this great universe, there are not principles that are out there that don't apply in here. It's all the same. So, in this next practice that I'll be offering, it's called a membranous practice, where we stretch the limits of cognition to be with the infinite space of this thing we call body, and be with this infinite space, or that which is undifferentiated in the universe, that which is unconditioned, unadulterated. It just has the potentiation to be a me or a you or any of the 10,000 things. So bringing your mind into the body, we're going to start with our standing form, raising the balls of the feet, pressing them back down. Just feeling that rootedness, that support, really the earth's holding us with a magnetism we call gravity. You can invoke these elephant feet to receive it. Relaxing the ankles and the knees, relaxing the tailbone downward. Relaxing the lower belly, bringing the chi up the torso, opening the shoulders down and back, relaxing the arms, wrists, fingers. Elongating the neck, tucking in the chin, tongue at upper palate, jaw relaxed, brow relaxed, crown as if gently suspended by a golden thread from heaven. Entire body relaxed. Mind is humble and respectful. Bringing the palms to face the lower dantian at a 45-degree angle, as if holding a very delicate, shimmering chi bubble, half inside and outside space of you. Maybe bringing some attention to the center of the palms and just gently pressing in 1, 2, 5 degrees. Or pressing out, bringing the attention to the outer center palm. Imagining that magnetism, pressure, tingling. And then bringing your mind back to this luminous, delicate chi bubble between the palms, within the body. Bringing your attention further into this imagined space we call the lower dantian, deep inside. So it's as if you are standing at the edge of a shore, and your favorite body of water. Very calm, quiet, windless morning. And from where you stand, all the way to the horizon, just the shimmering spaciousness. Bringing your attention to the lower dantian and imagining that same shimmering nature here. Imagining the whole lower half of the body, the hips, legs, and feet, all the structures we spend a lot of time knowing. And then maybe directing the mind to imagine it more and more translucent, as if by moving the attention away from that which we perceive as solid, we can become aware or imagine that which is spacious, luminous, shimmering, similar to the ocean on that horizon at dawn, or however you've perceived your body of water. This is a space that is unconditioned all the way to the feet. Bringing your attention to the feet and where they touch this ground. And imagining all the structures that one can know from here to the horizon below you. And then again, maybe using some kind of slider bar that you might see in an app to make a photo from opaque to translucent. Use that slider bar to move the mind, ungrip from that which we see and know to that which is unseen, unconditioned. This Hunyuan Chi, like a very calm ocean on a windless morning or moonlight. This Chi, this life force, before it's differentiated into the 10,000 things, merging with this pure Hunyuan Chi below you, and then bringing your attention back to the pool in the lower dantian. Opening your awareness to the upper half of the body. Maybe it's that you can perceive the shape or outline of the body, the upper half, or the areas that have discomfort, tingling, the concepts one can know. And then we just move the mind, almost like we're peering around the magic show to see how it actually is. Or you can just stay with the feeling of a expansive horizon on a windless day or a windless night. As if you can imagine that shimmering nature of darkness and light all the way in the upper half of the body, coming to the crown of the body and taking in the horizon above you and all the ways a human can know that. Sky and clouds, things. And then moving the mind to that which is unconditioned by imagining its shimmering nature, this pure Hunyuan Chi above you. Connecting with the pure Hunyuan Chi above you And then bringing your awareness back to the lower dantian, deep inside. Now bringing your awareness to the entire shape of the body in all directions, the front half, the back half, the left and right, above and below. And as if you've moved the slider bar or simply invoked the spaciousness of a quiet horizon, opening to that which is unconditioned within this fathom-long body. And then moving your awareness into all directions, in front, back, left, right, up, down, to the horizon all around you. Just that expanse, spaciousness, quiet. This is what's unconditioned. To occupy this entire earth, an ocean of chi. If it's available to you, playfully imagine the border that your mind has created between this earth and this whole universe. And again, as if peering around the magic show to see how it actually is, opening the mind to imagine the pure, abundant Huan Chi everywhere. Connecting with this pure Huan Chi of the entire universe in all directions. And then bringing the mind back as if you're collapsing or contracting your awareness, condensing it back into the lower dantian, harmonizing the lower dantian with the pure Huan Chi everywhere. Opening the palms 5 to 15 degrees, closing the palms back to original position, holding your chi bubble. Open, close. Open cues the mind to merge with the pure Huan Chi of this whole universe, that which is unconditioned, shimmering all around you. Close. Cues the mind to be within this lower dantian, deep inside, calm, quiet, harmonized, open, as if becoming the entire ocean. Close, harmonizing with one drop of water. Open, spacious, luminous, undifferentiated. Close to the infinite space of you. Open, merging with the pure Huan Chi everywhere. Close, merging with the pure Huan Chi deep inside. Inside, outside, no difference. Hold this for a few quiet breaths. Bringing the palm over lower dantian and navel to seal in the practice and bring the mind back to this capsule of a body in all the shapes and experiences our senses know it to be. Form. May this form be harmonized with that which is the force, with that which is unconditioned. Qi and blood flowing smoothly. External qi and internal qi harmonized. Mind quiet and respectful. Body healthy and at ease. Closing this form, we'll rub our belly to the right 9 times. Another way. Pause here. Just receiving the benefits of the form, the benefits of your practice, whatever effort you've brought, and I hope it was a soft and easy one. But if it wasn't, letting it be. We can come to sitting together. We'll just wash our face, bring the palms together. Wash the face 9 times. Infusing it with qi and then bringing it down the midline. Connecting all 3 dantians, upper, the middle of the chest, and the lower. Just closing your eyes for a minute and bringing some sense of gratitude. This is like a very ancient technology that's been passed down through much difficulty and much cultivation. We're very honored to practice it from all those who have come before us. And the ancients consider this qi field beyond time, so that as we touch in, we get to participate in illuminating the qi field on behalf of our teachers and our teachers' teachers, and all those who will yet to practice. I thank you for your practice today, for coming and joining me in this Zoom worldwide space. I felt it. I felt a lot of beautiful qi. I hope you did, and we'll have some time, a couple minutes for questions before Deshaun takes it away. But thank you so much, and I appreciate your practice. So I'm going to make sure I did that right with time. Oh, okay. When I said I had a couple minutes, I was wrong. If you liked this, I hope we see you in July. We're going to be, Gulu and I will be teaching and doing a lot of Qigong as well as Dharma in July up at Big Bear. And Deshaun, thank you so much for having me. And I hope that worked by Zoom, folks. If it did or didn't, please let them know, because, yeah, good for everybody to know. Deshaun, thank you so much. I guess I'll pass